In the heart of the Great Depression, a shadowy predator stalked the streets of Cleveland, dismembering his victims with surgical precision. The Butcher of Kingsbury Run, also known as the Cleveland Torso Murderer, left a trail of terror between 1935 and 1938, but to this day, his identity remains a mystery. Using FBI behavioral profiling, forensic evidence, and modern investigative techniques, will uncover the most compelling suspects and expose the dark underbelly of law enforcement corruption that may have helped the Butcher slip away. Between 1935 and 1938, at least 12 victims, many believed to be drifters, were found decapitated and dismembered near Cleveland's Kingsbury Run, which is an impoverished shantytown. The killer took his time, often cleaning and positioning the bodies in eerie displays. Some victims were severely tortured before death, suggesting a sadistic streak beyond simple murder. Unlike other killers in the era, the Butcher had surgical knowledge. His cuts were precise, pointing to a medical background or butchery experience. With forensic analysis, modern forensic techniques such as blood spatter and wound pattern examination could have determined the order in which the victims were killed, but in the 1930s, crime scene contamination was common. There were missing skulls and body parts that suggest the killer wanted to hide dental records and identities, making it harder to trace his victims. Now here's the prime suspects. We have Dr. Francis Sweeney, the most likely killer. A World War I medic and surgeon, Sweeney had experience in amputations and anatomical dissection. He was an alcoholic with a violent temper, matching psychological profiles of other disorganized killers. Eliot Ness, head of Cleveland police, personally interrogated him, but Sweeney was never officially charged. And we have Jackass Hill resident, an unnamed psychopath. He's an unknown man living in a shack near Kingsbury Run. He was found with butcher knives and disturbing drawings of mutilated bodies. He disappeared shortly after the last torso was found, but was he the real killer? Or number 3, it could have been a police cover-up. Eliot Ness, famous for taking down Al Capone, launched a series of raids in Kingsbury Run, burning down shanty towns to flush out the killer. Some believe he protected Sweeney because of political pressure. Sweeney was related to a powerful congressman. So could we solve this case today? DNA testing on preserved evidence, if it still exists, could confirm whether the killer had a genetic link to any known suspect. Geospatial profiling could pinpoint the killer's likely home or workplace based on victim drop sites. Advanced AI facial recognition of skull fragments could help identify unknown victims. So subscribe to the Vault Files for more deep dive crime investigations that no one else is covering. Comment your theories below. Do you think the Butcher was Sweeney, or do you think there's some other explanation? And please follow us for more exclusives on TikTok, Instagram, and email us for any tips or ideas you may have at vaultfileschannel@gmail.com. New evidence is uncovered all the time, so let's solve this together.